We don't eat $9 Pringles. A man must have a code.
I literally just eat one chip. They are not that good.
It's still $9. They don't charge you per chip.
They ain't got no muscle, no hustle, no backbone. I stand alone, not tripping. Just saying, I'm different. Ain't hanging on to the coattails of the next man. Passport in my left hand. Thinking that you are next. Heck, oh, you ain't holding your breath, man. Cause I'm winging, still dreaming. Spotlight on me like Willie Beeman. Still performing like Al Pacino. Instagram and tuxedos with my peoples. We growing up, still don't seem like we slowing up. 10 squad, we throwing up. Every time that we showing up. Get it while I'm living. All I ever hear's the clock. Tick, tick, ticking. So I'm about my business and I'm running.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to What the Hell Happened to Them? Adam Sandler returns, the one, the only. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill, and joining me on the line is the abominable Joe Man.
I'm melting.
Yeah, okay. And on the audio voice is Lev Van Rensselaer, reminding me to remind you that you can email the cast at whathappenedtothemcast@gmail.com. And thanks for everybody who tuned in last week for the 138th episode Spectacular. We've been getting a lot of good feedback and a lot more listens than I thought we were going to get. Just looking at the numbers, it's doing very well, Joe. It's one of our most successful shows. So thanks for joining us on our self-serving pat on the back. But that was last week. Joe, what are we doing this week?
Hustle! The new Sandman picture on Netflix. Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah, Hustle, starring Adam Sandler, Queen Latifah, and all of the NBA. The full NBA.
How could you forget Robert Duvall, a 91-year-old Robert Duvall, sitting uncomfortably in a chair for like 90 seconds?
I did. I must have walked out of the room for those 2 minutes because he was in and out. No, I'm playing Joe. Of course he's in there. Joe, why would the number one movie on Netflix need so much of the NBA pedigree? What's this movie about?
This is about a basketball scout who discovers a phenomenal street ball player while in Spain and sees the prospect as his opportunity to get back into the NBA.
It's actually a very smart time for this movie to release, as it is knee-deep in the NBA Finals itself. Everybody's all on a basketball high.
Yeah.
All the hoop heads coming out in full force.
Okay, do you watch basketball?
I do not, no.
I don't either. This movie, plus Uncut Gems, plus just like the Way Back, the Ben Affleck movie like a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I think I just want to start watching basketball. I just don't know how to get into it. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who the players are. I don't know who I should be watching, what teams I should be watching. I don't know if it's lame to watch regular basketball, if college basketball is the like stuff. I don't know. It's not like wrestling.
Yeah, I get you. I will say, I had some background, just having a background in sports and paying attention to other sports. I have a fair degree of understanding of who's who in the world of basketball and things like that. But as for the game itself, I didn't really know much about it until fortuitously I happened to watch Game 1 of the NBA Finals with my friend, Mark Fenner. You know him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big hoop head. He loves the Boston Celtics. Celtics are in the finals right now, so he had me watch Game 1. And he was basically explaining I'm like, why would they do... And he's like, well, you got to do this, and blah, blah, blah. And I go, okay, that's good. Two notable Celtics people in this movie. Current Phillies coach, Doc Rivers, used to coach for the Celtics, won us a championship 2008. And then Adam Sandler briefly talks to Brad Stevens in that kind of last show-off scene with his, mentee kid. Brad Stevens was the coach until, last year of the Celtics. He's now the general manager. And then, of course, the Celtics draft the main guy at the end, which is the bitter rival of the Philadelphia 76ers.
I just want to get into it. Did you like the movie?
You know what, Joe? I did.
Me too. It was fun.
Pleasant surprise.
It was just a nice, solid movie.
It doesn't have the personality of an Uncut Gems kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or the other one we like.
What is
PTA
the other
one?
Oh, Punch Drunk Love. Yeah,
Punch Drunk Love. Thank you. But it is extremely well crafted, right? This is the We the Animals director.
Yeah. No, I haven't watched that movie, but I did hear a little rumor that the Safdies did a pass on the script.
Hey, okay. So the Happy Madison logo came up, and I was like, whoa.
This is weird.
I didn't think this was one of the 12 films that Netflix has pre-bought. That's odd. A drama. But then you know what? It actually does have his comedy in there. It's just gone through a prism and refracted into a different mode. His humor is there. It's recognizable. It's just I got a new hat on, which I thought was interesting.
He feels so comfortable in this in the role he's
living his dream. He's hanging out with all his basketball friends.
He's doing a lot of basketball. He loves we've talked about this for so long now. He loves basketball, and he finally fucking made his basketball movie 30 something years into his career.
I mean, he had Grown Ups, and then he had Uncut Gems, which was also about the Celtics playing the 76ers. Just saying.
Yeah, but this is wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't put that together. That is very interesting. But yeah, it's just like he's a scout. It's like all basketball all the time. It's not just like in the background. It's not like a plot point. It's the movie.
You know what was in the background though? Him eating Pizza Hut.
Yeah, McDonald's, Wendy's.
Wendy's, proud sponsor of fan-controlled football.
Football round the world.
Just wrapped up its second season. My poor beasts did not do very well this year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They were this close to the playoffs, though. This close.
I wanted to watch this a second time. I didn't give myself enough time to watch it a second time, but I was just kind of scrubbing through it this morning on Netflix. When I was working out, I got to the car scene again where he's talking about how he injured his hand.
Yeah.
And good, restrained acting, pretty much. Just he's on a hot streak right now. We gotta get into that hot streak.
I know.
He's doing great lately. It's like 3 or 4 years of just solid, A+ material here.
Yeah, we picked a good time to release an Adam Sandler centric podcast.
Yeah, we figured it out.
We're the number one Sandler scholars out there, people.
Hell yeah. We watched them all. The good and the bad.
Yeah, when's Variety and Deadline Hollywood going to start interviewing us about Sandler, right? We should be writing a Sandler book.
Oh my God, that'd be so fun.
Yeah.
He does have another movie that's supposed to come out this year for Netflix.
Yeah, the space movie.
The Spaceman movie, which has another stellar cast.
Is this a Happy Madison movie?
It should be. It could have been a thing where this was released as a Madison 23 production, which I think I mentioned to you before, not on the podcast. He used to put his more serious drama affair on there, the Reign Over Me was Madison 23.
Oh yeah, and then that spooky movie.
Which spooky movie? What?
They released that one horror movie.
Oh yeah, The Shortcut. Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Oh, I know, I totally forgot about that. Oh man, we gotta watch that.
It's still saved in my Prime watch list. I have to watch it. You have watched his this director Jeremiah Zagar?
Yeah.
His other movie, We the Animals?
Yeah, I liked We the Animals a lot. It's sort of this kind of low to the ground, more fly on the wall kind of movie. It doesn't quite have a plot yet. You just have this kind of family through the eyes of these three small kids as their parents have to deal with stuff that these kids can't fully grasp. So we're kind of stuck in their perspective and don't really get to see all of it. That was a really well-made example of world cinema, stuff that Hollywood's not doing. He goes more Hollywood here. I mean, he's working for Netflix and Sandler, so it was going to be there. And LeBron James.
Yeah, he produced it.
So it's just impressive that they knew this guy and that they trusted him to do this kind of movie, because there's a million sports movie directors they could have hired. I watched most of them when I was sick a few weeks back.
Yeah, well, they could have even gone Gavin O'Connor, who did The Way Back.
Could have gotten him. You could have gotten any. I mean, you got Alan Covert producing, so you could have gone through any of the other directors, but they trusted this guy to do a movie style he hadn't done before, and it adds a refreshing element. I think the training montage in this movie is one of the best I've ever seen.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you agree.
It's fresh, it's original, it's got a moment of pause to sell that theme stronger than just watching Rocky for 3 minutes get better and better at things. It's just he struggles, he gets a little better, but he's still struggling. Then it looks like he's going to stop. I think the thing goes on for 7 minutes, but you don't even care. You don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's got two different musical melodies to kind of go with it. It's got a long pause in the middle.
It comes halfway through the movie, too. It's just almost immediate, just right in an hour.
That's a good place for it to come, right? That's that high point you have at the middle of the movie where it looks like everything's going well. And then, he gets shown up at the next game, and then he looks like he's going to leave. It follows the 3-point structure to a T.
Oh, yeah.
For the beginning of it, I'm this is the type of sports movie I like. The Moneyball draft day, we're just looking at the behind the scenes, how does a team function? How do you make the business of basketball work? I'm down. And then we started to go more towards the blind side of things. And I go, all right, fine. I guess we'll do this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not reinventing the wheel at all. It's pretty much just a basic rise of a new star. Like,
Yeah, you got a down and out player and coach / guy, and the system's against them, but they really believe, and then, they achieve their dreams. Good for them. But the little bittersweetness where Adam Sandler gets to be the coach, but he doesn't get his guy. The guy goes to the rivals, but, the young kid gets a father figure, and he gets that tattoo to show it off. And fortunately not say it. Oh, thank the good Lord, we just get a little pickup shot on the tattoo. It tells us everything we need to know. He's not just like, they don't like hug at the court, and then he's like, thanks, Dad. And then he like walks away. No. We didn't do any of that shit. And then Sandler gets to coach, but like his team kind of got fucked up. Thank God this lady came in at the end and very quickly swept all that plot under the rug. Yeah. Oh, hey, by the way, I'm stepping in. Everything's fixed. It's great. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that was easy.
Yeah,
right. I see. We're hitting the 100-minute mark. Time to wrap this up. Okay, I get your movie.
It was almost like it was about an hour, like 45, and then they have like 15 minutes of like everybody who started in the basketball, like in the NBA, is like in the movie for the credits.
Yeah,
you get everybody.
It is
they have,
wild.
Like their
there.
cool like freeze frames, right, for a minute.
Yep, you do freeze frames. You get some cool typography.
So I've got a couple of little trivia things for you here.
All right, give me the goods.
The original plot description said that Adam Sandler's main character finds a phenomenal streetball player while in China. According to an interview with Dan Patrick, Adam Sandler stated that due to pressure from Netflix, which as of the development of this movie does not do business in China, the location has now been changed to Mallorca, Spain.
Yeah, I mean, that fits into the background of the director, so great.
Yes.
But of course, I mean, the whole reason it was going to be China was to do business in China. An aggressive amount of business in China. And once Netflix realized they weren't on in China, they said, fuck you, China.
And then Bo Cruz, the actor who plays Bo Cruz, is played by Vancho Hernan Gomez. I'm trying.
Sorry, we fucked that up.
He is a professional basketball player, and he currently plays for the Utah Jazz.
That's why no one's heard of him. Okay, I got you.
Okay, that's not nice. I thought he was really good in the movie. He was pretty good.
He pretty good is the way to go for it. Like, you can tell, kind of amateur.
Yeah, I can tell he's not an actor, but there's a little bit of charm there.
What about the jerk number 2 draft pick? Was he a basketball player?
He has to be.
Because he was actually doing really well, and I thought...
Yeah, the shit talker.
Like, I believed, if you said he was an actor and they taught him basketball, I'd be like, yeah, great. Makes sense.
His name is Anthony Edwards. Not that Anthony Edwards.
No, hopefully.
It's just funny because this movie came out almost like within the same week as the new Top Gun.
Yeah.
That movie famously, had
Anthony Edwards. Yeah.
Yeah, this is his only movie. I really think he's a basketball player who's just... Yeah, he's an NBA player.
What team's he on?
He is on the Minnesota Timberwolves. He was selected number 1 in the 2020 NBA draft.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Of course. Oh, I totally forgot. Yeah, that was a big deal.
Edwards went on to score the most points ever by a player in an NBA playoff series before the age of 21 in the 2022 Minnesota-Memphis first-round matchup. Edwards had the second most 40-plus point games out of any player before the age of 21, only behind LeBron James. Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Incredible. And the kid can act.
No, yeah, double threat.
Can I tell you about someone else who I liked in this movie?
Yeah.
Queen Latifah.
What a breath of fresh air to see Adam
so
Sandler
nice.
with an age-appropriate woman that doesn't look like a supermodel.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Thank God.
And they have chemistry.
They do.
It's so good. It's so delightful. I wish there was more of them. I mean,
if only Jimmy Fallon had been able to unlock that with Queen
Jesus
Latifah.
Christ. That we would be subjected to carpool karaoke. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm talking about Taxi, Joe.
Yes, Taxi.
Carpool karaoke's the British Kevin James's thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really? I completely... I don't know. I don't watch any of that.
Put Craig Ferguson back on late night, you cowards. All right, what are you saying, Joe?
Yeah, she like the moment when they're having dinner with their daughter, who she's also trying to be an aspiring filmmaker, just like his daughter in the Meyerowitz stories.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, back to this well again, eh, Indy Sandler?
It's fine, whatever.
In the sequel to Uncut Gems, we'll see that daughter too gets into film school.
Not his other two sons.
Yeah, no, screw them. They're failures. They're basketball addicts now.
I just feel like they probably had a more connection with him because they liked basketball.
They're gambling too much.
Now their father's dead. So what is that movie about?
No, listen, Joe, social media saves the day in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good for TikToks or whatever is big now.
I think it's TikTok. That's right.
Still TikTok's all right. Yeah. Look at me go.
But no, there's a moment when they're having dinner together with what's his name, Bo Cruz and their daughter, and he's like, he gets a text message and she's like, "Be polite," and I'm like, that's just such a nice moment because I was like, oh yeah, don't be on your phone. You're having dinner. You got a guest. And then when they were complaining about, well, they weren't complaining. They were just saying he knew that he was going to have the most athletic children with her because she's an athlete too. And then they're like, oh, yeah, well, she's not that athletic. She falls over if she plays checkers. I was like, that's just fun moments. I don't know. I liked all those little things. Then the story he was telling how he was drunk. He was drunk driving and he got in an accident.
And he got the hand accident. Yep.
Yeah, he tried to save his friend and he put his hand in front of him. And that's how he injured his hand. And then he spent 6 months in jail. He said, just a little redemption story he's trying to get through. I liked it.
Yeah, Sandler's got himself a nice little indie film here. All right, so the space movie, I'm just trying to keep track. With this movie, it's number 7 for Netflix.
Yep.
So he's got 5 left in the deal. Murder Mystery 2 makes number 8. So is this space movie part of the deal, or did it just happen to end up getting distributed by Happy Madison via Netflix?
This is, God damn it. This is such a crazy cast. Such a crazy cast.
I don't want to get into that again. We've already done that before. I just want to know, does it count? And then that means we only have 3 Sandler movies left on deck.
Okay, so the studios that are, right now, it says Free Association, Tango Entertainment, and Madison 23. So
I don't know. I don't know. I think the deal's just with Happy Madison. I'm just hoping. But again, every time he makes a movie, it's number 1 on Netflix for at least a week. I imagine they're going to want more.
This is supposed to go to Netflix, I thought.
Yeah, but so did Meyerowitz story, but it wasn't part of the deal.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. And Uncut Gems. So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Did you ever hear about that Chernobyl series on HBO?
I did, yep. Mm-hmm.
That's who's directing Spaceman.
The Chernobyl director?
Yes.
Oh.
The composer, Max Richter,
big deal composer.
Very solid. Yeah.
Real guy.
The writers, Colby Day, who looks like he's only really done the Spaceman movie, and the other guy has only done Spaceman. His name is Jaroslav Kalfar.
Okay.
Can I give you the plot description for this movie? It might change.
Okay, fine.
Well, this movie was supposed to take place in China and didn't take place in China. Just so we have this on record. Jacob, an astronaut sent to the edge of the galaxy to collect mysterious ancient dust. Wow. Already, wow. Finds his early life falling to pieces, so he turns to the only voice who can help him try to put it back together. It just so happens to belong to a creature from the beginning of time, lurking in the shadows of his space. Holy shit, what is this? What is this movie? Is this real?
We've taken some odd turns here, it sounds like.
Yeah, wow. And I'm going through the cast, I'm just telling you. Sandler, Carey Mulligan, Paul Dano, Kunal Nayyar, and Isabella Rossellini.
David Lynch favorite.
Yeah, what the hell is this?
She plays the ancient being.
I hope so.
That would be cool.
Definitely. Why else would you have her, right?
I'd be down for that. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She looks like the baby from Eraserhead, and that's what happens.
Jesus Christ.
I'd be so down. Yeah, for as lovely as Adam Sandler's family is, they're basically the only females in the movie, so of course the movie does not pass the Bechdel test. Oh, well.
Sad, but...
Sad, but true. LeBron James is able to sneak in a compliment for himself into this movie. Well played, LeBron. Adam Sandler's got this shtick where he's just like obsession beats talent. Doesn't matter if he's better than you. Just got to care more than he does. And you know what? I agree with him. I'm totally on Team Sandler with this take. As demonstrated by one Thomas Brady. He himself had a very bad combine, famously bad, very low draft pick, underwhelming college career, and obviously now 7-time Super Bowl champion. He's got more Super Bowls than any team in the league.
And you won't let anyone forget about it.
That's kind of how I live my life too. You know, I'm not always.
Do you remember Drew Bledsoe? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy he like kind of subbed in for.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Drew
In that game?
Bledsoe gets a bad injury for like 10 weeks. Then they bring in Tom Brady. Then eventually Tom Brady finds his groove, is really good. Then Tom Brady gets a little injured in the playoffs. So then Drew Bledsoe comes in to back him up.
So weird.
And then for the Super Bowl, everybody was like, which one do you go with? Bill Belichick, smart man, put in Tom Brady, and the rest is history.
Yeah, the guy that's got you there, right?
I mean, Drew Bledsoe got us to a Super Bowl in the mid-'90s. It just didn't go well. And the production design in the final game stood out to me, the sort of the quiet game with just the front office people. You don't notice it per se, but you kind of feel it with where your eyes are going on the screen. Basically, all the players on the court, including the Eastern European Kevin McHale lookalike guy from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, that guy is definitely not 22, and his son is definitely not 10 years old. That joke,
it's a good joke, and it happens right away. So, like, you're on edge. You think you're getting a drama, and you're like, oh, no, there's some Adam Sandler jokes in here. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So all those players are in black. Just about every character on the court is black, except for the main guy who's in light gray and the bad guy, Anthony Edwards, who's in blue, which is a great way to keep our eyes on them the whole time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yep.
Right? And what's also good, too, is this movie's not about winning or losing per se. We don't have to go through the sports Achilles heel of, like, watching a game play out and looking at scoreboards and people telling us what's happening in the state of the game. It's about, does the player look good? And I think for the most part, even us non-intuitive basketball people can look at them doing their dunks or their alley-oops or like they're faking out their people or stealing the ball and go like, oh, that must be really talented thing to do. The movie cheats a little bit, and you got all, you know, Brad Stevens and the agent friend of Sandler being like, oh, hey, he's really good. So that gets us along the way, but I think you could have done much less with that. I wonder if Netflix was a little like, hey, let's make sure.
Yeah.
But I think you could have trusted the footage more. It is a very visual kind of sport.
What a solid movie. What a great little thing.
Pleasant
just to begin the
surprise.
summer. I mean, I had a good feeling about it because I was like, oh, it's just, Sam is going to make a bad basketball movie, really?
I mean, there's a lot of bad ways to make this movie. There's a lot of bad ways to write this script. They came at the script with a lot of love, and I think getting a director to breathe in some new, fresh air into a tired genre, I think was very helpful.
Definitely.
Right? Because despite the fact that it basically follows the beats for the last hour, the typical these types of blindside beats, I didn't feel overly bored or annoyed by it. I don't know how often I go back and watch this movie because of that, but I did enjoy the ride on the way there and didn't feel kind of fast foody about it like I did with that new James Bond movie. So
No Time to Die.
Yeah. Like, I liked it while I'm watching it, and then afterwards I go like, man, I'm still hungry.
It's still hungry, and it's 3 hours.
3 hours. You know, it didn't feel long for 3 hours. Like, it kept moving. It did some interesting things, but at the end of the day, it was just like Hollywood blockbuster movie, and you're like, all right, I need something more. This movie, I think I was satiated. I didn't need more after it, but I don't need that second helping anytime soon.
Yeah.
Not a bad place to be.
I liked it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Well made. Strongly crafted.
Definitely.
Just a little of the fangs sanded off of the director, but that's okay. You know, he bet he made a lot of money on this.
We are in solid agreement on across the board on this.
All right, well, let's go to our last looks then, Joe.
Oh, last look. Finish the trilogy. Give me another basketball movie, Sandler.
Yeah, here we go.
But like maybe it's a full blown like he's got like an Uncle Drew. Do you remember Uncle Drew?
Yeah, I remember Uncle Drew.
Yeah, give me an Uncle Drew. Have Sandman and old age makeup. Hanging with a bunch of other old basketball stars too, and like, but he's got to get the whole like Sandman crew together. He's got to get Spade. He's got to get Schneider. He's got to get Kevin James.
No,
Does he get Chris Rock? Is he?
You get Chris Rock. Oh, I think you can still have Chris Rock. You just can't have Will Smith.
Yeah, you can still get Chris Rock. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go into this.
Shots fired.
Who am I forgetting? Who's part of the Sandler crew?
Rob Schneider.
Yeah, I said Schneider. I said
you did?
Spade.
Schneider,
I said
Spade.
James.
Who is the other
James.
guy?
Who is the other guy? Who are we forgetting?
We gotta look at the grown-ups poster.
Holy shit. We are forgetting,
That actually might
Oh
be
my
all of
God.
them, right? That's the 5 of
no
them?
way. We're totally forgetting a guy. This is going to be bad. Oh my God. Who are we forgetting?
Nick Swartzen.
Oh, he's not part of the full crew,
Yeah, Norm Macdonald.
though. That's sad.
It is. Looks like he's got a comedy special on Netflix now. I'll have to check that out.
He does. It's, no, I guess we got them all. That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Buscemi. We'll throw him in there.
Yeah, but he's not. He's just in there in the background. Tim Meadows.
That's all the guys. That's so weird. I feel like
Yeah.
we're missing a guy.
Colin Quinn. Yeah, basically just all the basketball people from the end of Grown Ups.
Yeah.
Get them in a movie.
Let's do it.
All right, Joe wants to finish the trilogy. I'm going to take a pause from my last looks because I forgot I wanted to talk about this. Another chance to talk about dumb things Netflix is doing. Have you heard about this, Joe?
Tell me.
Netflix losing subscribers, losing its value in its stocks dropped 25%. Losing 200,000 subscribers in the first quarter. So what they're trying to do to get back on track, buy Roku.
Fuck that. No.
They're trying to buy Roku,
No way.
whose stocks have also dropped like 80%.
Why?
So Roku is like prime for a hostile takeover, it seems.
Oh, God, no. I love my Roku.
They are talking about it, though. There are a lot of discussions happening, so it's, they're not just going to swallow it up yet. But it sounds like Netflix wants to build smart TVs. That's why they want Roku. It's for their TV and perhaps set-top box technology.
So just like they want to do Apple TV.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know why you want to make your own TVs. That feels like a bad proposition.
All the smart TVs come programmed with Netflix already.
Yeah, and also the streaming stick. Netflix apparently can't figure out streaming stick technology. Wants to buy Roku's thing.
God. Enough.
Yeah.
This is terrible. They're going the wrong direction. How about make better movies? Like Hustle. Good job. No more red notices. Stop spending that much money on that shit. The Knives Out. Do you know how much they spent on Knives Out 2 and 3?
$500 million. Yeah, bigger, better, fewer,
Insane.
Joe. It's all about bigger, better, fewer.
Bigger, better, fewer.
Yeah. Let's put all of our eggs in less baskets as we're spiraling out of control. That'll bring in new audiences.
Yeah, and definitely like just sand off all of the more interesting projects you're doing.
Now, let's not cater to many, many different peoples and demographics in order to widen our consumer base. No.
Yeah.
No, let's all funnel it into one tentpole thing.
They're literally becoming like broadcast television now. It's so weird.
Acquiring of Roku also portends that perhaps ads may be coming to Netflix.
Yeah, insane.
So here we go.
Why?
Why? Because Netflix got too big, too fast, and didn't know how to handle it, and they made stupid ways to deal with their stockholders.
God.
It worked in the short term, but like with most corporate decisions these days, doing things that'll only help you out in the next 4 months at the expense of your next 10 years just feels like a bad way to go. But stockholders want their dividends, and they're very jumpy. So in a way, they're between a rock and a hard place in our current economic system. What can you do?
You know what's crazy?
What?
Apple TV got an Oscar for Best Picture first. I know it was an acquired
Which, yeah,
movie,
to be
but
fair, is not justified. If I'm
It's
Netflix,
just
I go,
crazy.
screw you, Academy, picking that piece of crap. That's too harsh. It's a very fine movie.
It's very middle of the road. I liked it. It's just like
A crowd
okay.
pleaser. Best Picture? Get out of here, Academy.
Absolutely. Like, especially with, didn't we have some good ones last year?
You had actual good movies last year.
Yeah. After like,
Legitimately good films.
yeah. Especially after we had a whole year where we were like, movies just didn't come out.
Yeah.
Like, we had a backlog.
And like the Academy's pretty good. They do get 2 to 3 good films at least every year. You know, this year you had Power of the Dog, you had Drive My Car. Like, you had actual films. You snubbed worst person in the world, fine. But, like, Coda? Rather you pick Dune than Coda. Good lord. At least Dune, you're making a statement, you're like, technology, yes. Like, when Avatar 2 wins this year, I go, okay, they like technology. Great,
you think
fine.
Cameron's going to win?
I hope not. I don't know what else he's competing against. My last looks, why does Sandler do this movie? Well, we all know he loves basketball. Well, we all know why he did this movie. He loves basketball, so he gets a new movie about basketball with basically entirely basketball people. Front-end people, players, the works. And he just gets to watch actors play basketball. Great, done, fine. And I bet there is a part of Adam Sandler that, like, wished he had become an NBA coach. Like, he could tap into that self and be like, if only I could have coached in the NBA. I know how this character feels. I want to coach, too. So, great, all fine, all makes sense. No surprises there. Netflix kind enough to let him do off-brand comedy. So, great Adam Sandler. Glad you're taking more risks with your Netflix slate. And looks like you're doing this weird spaceman movie, too. So I think the Safdie brothers kind of shook you out of your fear of doing these types of films. This movie shows that you can still do your comedy, though, albeit drier. And sometimes the nature of your narrative means it doesn't hit fully. But I'm always going to be happy when any creatives take risks.
Yeah.
I want to thank Liv Van Rensselaer for minding those audio boards, keeping us sound so slippery smooth. And I'd like to thank Joe for coming by.
Of course, thank you.
I know it's always tough to pull you out of your daily life to talk about Sandler, but...
I'm mostly talking about Sandler. What are we talking about?
We haven't talked about Sandler in like a year and a half. We've not done a Sandler in a long time.
With people in my life.
Oh, yeah, just in general. I'm just saying, as a podcast, like a year and a half we've been away from Sandler. It's been rough.
Too long.
Maybe even longer, right? Then we came out in October. Yeah.
October 2020.
Jesus. Well, glad you're back, Sandler, and look forward to your next couple films. Next week, we're coming back with Gaslit. We're doing Julia Roberts again, the miniseries, so plan your schedules accordingly.
Yes. Take that time to watch that show.
You can't slip that one in quickly before listening to us, so
everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, we didn't have to wait long to return to Julia. We just had to wait like 8 weeks. We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back, baby. All right, and thank you all for listening, not just last week with the 130th episode Spectacular and all the weeks beforehand, but this week, too. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill. You may find my features, documentaries, short films, video essays, animations, behind-the-scenes footage, and so much more at quixotic.com and social media, presumably with a similar-sounding name. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night.
Oh, real quick, are you gonna watch this Buzz Lightyear movie, Joe, with your kids?
I'm taking Ellie tomorrow to see it. And you want to know why? Because she wants to go see a movie in a theater with her dad. And I'm like, okay, let's go. And then Tanya showed her some trailers, and the only trailer that... Because it's like, there's nothing out in theaters for family/kids. There's nothing. It's a dry year. So far, it's been bad.
Right? Take her to Black Phone.
Well, first of all, that's next Friday.
Beans.
I'm very excited to see that. Looks good. From the guy who did the lawnmower scene in Sinister. Remember that? You showed me that?
He did one segment of the movie?
No. I'm just saying, you showed me that YouTube clip of the lawnmower thing. I remember that.
Yeah, it's all a bummer. You're not going to take her to see Top Gun Maverick?
No.
Or
just not
Crimes of the Future? Yeah, that's not for her.
That is definitely not for her. I'm not going to subject her to that.
Whatever is called The Phantom of the Open.
I've saw that, not doing that.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Joe?
That's already on Paramount Plus. I do not need to waste money on that.
Men. Take her to see Men, Joe.
Oh, awesome choice. Especially the last 20 minutes, I'll make sure her eyes are peeled open for that.
Hey, Dad, where do grown men come from?
They would throw me in jail and lock away the key, throw away the key, it'd be over.
All right, so what? Tell me then, since you're versed in it. So he's not a toy anymore?
Oh, for fuck's sake, no, we're not doing this conversation. because the whole setup for this movie is so fucking stupid. Because if you watch the trailer, you're like, okay, he's an astronaut. But the whole like setup for the movie that they keep like pushing is that this is the movie that Andy saw when he was a kid that made him want the Buzz Lightyear toy.
I'm not watching a movie about a guy watching a movie. No.
But hold up, because there is no way that Andy at like 6 years old is like, hell yeah, this astronaut movie that's definitely for like older, if anything, older kids / teenagers. That it's just like he's on a mission. It's a mission movie. The kid, no, because you know why? There's a fucking cool, funny ass cat in the movie. The kid would want the fucking cat toy. I'm gonna show Ellie. I'm like, do you want the Buzz Lightyear toy or do you want the cat toy? And she's gonna be like, I want that funny ass cat. But she's not gonna say ass because she knows better.
All right. Well, we will revisit that next week and see what the scientific method offers you. And then I guess, are we allowed to have this conversation? The guy in the trailer does not sound like Tim Allen.
Yeah, it's Chris Evans. Boring choice. Also,
well, we just get Tim Allen. He's just sitting around. His show's over.
What are you gonna say? They changed his voice for the toy?
Yeah, they couldn't afford Chris Evans when they were making the toy.
Yeah, he's got like 6 lines that he says in the toy. Like you couldn't just record 6 lines from the astronaut. Astronauts do that all the time now, right? They're toys.
Like just on a marketing level, like kids don't give a shit if it's Chris Evans or Tim Allen. They don't know. And adults probably want it to be Tim Allen. That's who they grew up with.
I wish it was Tim Allen. Yeah.
All right, Hollywood, way to fuck up again. Who would have thought?
Also, way to fuck up in the biggest part, whereas you have... This is the first Pixar movie that's been back to theaters since the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because all of their like original movies... Like the original, like Soul, like Turning Red, like these movies that are very well done, especially Turning Red, which I loved. They're like Disney Plus. Put it on the day where it's supposed to come out, not going into theaters. Skip theaters. No need to make that a movie that's a priority. Why not? Why not?
Well, because they don't have any pre-existing world media around them.
I know, but you would think the Pixar brand would be good enough to be like, okay.
Listen, Pixar don't pull the strings. I guess they do, right? They don't work with Disney so much anymore, do they?
No, they do. Yeah, it's all Disney. I thought
they split up at some point. Is that not true?
They did, and then Disney bought them.
Oh, well, that's why Disney's holding the purse strings. It's like, get that shit online.
It's just frustrating because Onward was the last movie that came out before the pandemic.
With Chris Pratt.
Like, literally, fuck. Can't get away from that fucker. Also, you remember that movie trailer I sent you from Amazon Prime that they're doing like a Chris Pratt movie coming out?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's a TV show. It's not a movie.
Yeah, I've been seeing the trailers for it, watching...
I thought it was a movie. How does he have time to make a TV show on top of his dumb Jurassic World movie, his Mario movie that's in the pipeline, apparently?
Well, my guess is he's not putting a lot of effort into any of these projects.
That's you think guess. So?
Yeah,
you think
yeah.
So? Okay. All right.
It's really hard to act against Tennis Ball Joe. I won't lie to you. It takes a lot out of you. Sometimes you forget who you're talking to.
Did I send you the picture of the dinosaur?
Yeah, you did.
That was in the... where it's Chris Pratt's the fucking tennis ball.
It's my feelings exactly.
All right.
Okay, we're going for real now.